So I wanted to go through and show you this new feature that is on Ancestry.com. And let me pull up first here the My DNA so we can kind of get a look here at an overview of DNA. Alright, so we're reading 70% England, Wales, Northwestern Europe, 27% Ireland, Scotland, and then two other regions, which are going to be Native American and Finnish. With Finnish only being 1% showing, and 2% Native American. Okay, so with this new, and the migrations here are Mississippi, Louisiana settlers, Florida, Georgia settlers. Alright, so let's look at the new feature they got, which is Ancestral Places. And I'll click on here. And we're going to see how that matches up with what it's saying, the DNA. Alright, well, so we can already look on here and see there's some outliers. So Africa, what's down here for Africa? I show no African in any DNA test I took. So why are they showing Africa and Liberia? Let's see who's Liberian. Alright, so there's Jane Mikal Pellingham is not Liberian. She was a slave, as a matter of fact. But she was born in Ireland, taken as a slave. And so I don't know why they're showing her from Liberia. She did spend time here on the Isle of Barbados as a slave on a plantation before going to the American colonies and marrying a man named Thomas Dice, who is also from Ireland, and an indentured servant, and they had married and had kids, and that's where our Dice line comes from. So, okay, basically we're British, been over that, with my DNA showing up around 30% Celtic and around 70% Anglo, with a smidge of Native American. Alright, so, well, let's see what we're showing here. So, on here in the Isles of Great Britain, we're going to see some clusters show up. Northern Ireland, Scotland, and look down here in Wales. Look at the amount of numbers we've got down there. Now Williams is definitely a Welsh name, and people tend to stick together. Okay, so when you come from a certain community, Wales would be definitely Celtic. Welsh would be the oldest people that have the oldest DNA that you can find in the Isles of Great Britain are from Wales, but they're from this northern part, which we here around Bangor, which we don't have a lot, any that I see represented of, but we've got a lot around here. And why is that? Southern Wales, we show a lot. Okay, the Mathises who married the Williams into David Williams' line, who was a Revolutionary War. See some other Welsh. Glamorgan is where we have a lot of people come from. Nichols, Thomases, Mathis, of course, here. But mainly what we're seeing here is the Bristol Channel. Okay, and the Bristol Channel was just a hotbed for getting workers for the plantations in the new colonies. We're Southerners, we're ethnically Southern. And so that's where our people come from, where the plantations area. That is how we. Garrett Williams signed over to be delivered on a ship to work 13 years on a plantation. He did his time, and he got paid for it, and was able to buy his own land. That's the way things done back there. It was called the head rights system, and everyone tries to make themselves a victim. I don't see that where there's anything illegal or immoral about that. You're just basically doing an apprentice. I did the same thing as a plumber. I said, I'm going to be a plumber for you all for 5 years. And then after that, I'll have the right to go start my own company. It worked out pretty good for me. I don't see anything wrong with selling your time if people are going to teach your trade. Look here where we don't have a lot of representation in England, though. And this is going to show you. Now, of course, the borderlands, you don't see a lot. It looks empty for us, but that's hidden. This borderland, all these people over here in Northern Ireland, they were taken from their Queen Elizabeth around that time, Queen Mary, Henry VIII may be too far back. So you don't really have a lot of dates, a lot of records back then for us. But that was the time people were taken off these lands, moved to Northern Ireland on those plantations before there was colonies and plantations set up in the New World. That's where we were moved to. And you take people from border regions because they're tougher people. They're used to wars. Look here along Wales. Okay, the Welsh-English border. We're extremely represented there. On the right-hand side, the English side, that would be ethnic Mercians from the tribe of Mercia, King Offa. And then, of course, Welsh would be the tribe of Gwynedd, the Siluri tribe, all those people who have been fighting wars for years and years are good, hardy people, and they're not very well grounded in any one culture. So they make a good people to take up and move to a new place. Well, the first that moved were these people over here, which we're showing 6. Not a whole lot. This area is called East Anglia, and these are where the Yankees come from. These are the Puritans, and they move up into New England, and they were the first wave. And not too long after that, from southern England and the borderlands of England and Welsh, you begin the southern migration. These are two separate groups of people who just don't like each other. They have different religious beliefs. They have different cultural beliefs. Avalon Sea is a great book. If you David Hackett Fitcher, if you want to read that and understand the differences between the two people and how they affect us even now today, how the people from North look at us and look at us different. But look at the continuity of where these people are coming, where they're at here in Ireland, working plantations, and Scotland, and where they show up. Look at this in the United States. All right. Virginia, North Carolina, and these are our old migrations. And these are where we're coming into these ports. And these were the plantation of Surrey, Isle of Wight. And it's the first migrations are taking place here in Virginia, in these Virginia colonies, under the king's plantations were then privatized, but that's it. You get there, you work on these plantations, and then there's a move you see into the back country. Later on, you have down here. Let's look here in North Carolina, which we're look at the numbers here. Extremely represented. This is going to be a lot of our Scots Irish. I bet we can click on here and see a lot of Scots Irish names. The Perrys, I know they were from Ireland. One of the farmers, Clare, there's another one. The Welshes are from Scotland. You would think Welsh, but they were from Scotland. Perrys are from Scotland. Clares are from Ireland. Youngs are from Scotland. There's part of the Young clan. So that's going to be mainly your Scots Irish, and here in Virginia, or you're going to be your Bristol, your Southern English people from the West Country of England and Wales. And then year after year, there's a migration further south. Now, you saw in my DNA, I make up 2 migrations, and that's going to be the Florida-Georgia migration and Mississippi-Louisiana. Well, pretty good there. They're showing exactly what it is. And you can see right here, where GR is. Okay, and that's about the split off. Look at this. this left-hand migration going in from Kentucky, out of West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee. I bet if I tap on these are going to be Blankenships, and these are going to be chambers, and I bet that's what we're going to find here. There we go, Blankenships and chambers. Look at there, of course. Yeah, because that's that Louisiana, and down here, Alabama and Mississippi. I bet we'll find dices. Um, they're working with. Let's see, Mississippi. If we can find any dices here. McCardles, Moses's, Buller's, Dave's. I don't see any dices there, but I know there's some dices that come from Mississippi. They do. There we go. Christopher Dice is finding his way down there. So they're coming down here. This is looking for irritable land to farm on. These are everybody's farmers, not merchants like you have in Yankeeville. These are farmers. That's who our ancestors are. Moved down in Georgia and South Carolina, and this is where you're going to find. This is where Dad's ancestries are going to come from. These, and a lot of his are Scots Irish too, coming down here into Georgia. I'll touch on this later. I'm going to go ahead and end the video now, but